Good evening and welcome to the Amanda Show. I'm just kidding. How's it going, everybody? It's almost Friday. I'm stepping on a toy and that really was fun. So tell me how your night's going. Are you ready for Friday? Is it your weekend already? For those of you who don't know me, my name is Amanda Ruth Wilson. I'm an intuitive, and I help women break free from their anxiety. And tonight, I wanted to talk about exactly when you're comfortable with making your excuses, you get tired. And I am speaking from experience, having dealt with this. And if you pay attention, you'll notice that maybe you've been trapped in this cycle too. So if you have, let me know. I'd love to just find out what your experience has been like, if it's been similar to me in any way. Yeah, we're going to leave my glasses on. But when we are comfortable with our excuses, does anything get done? When you're comfortable with your excuses, what is it that you're afraid of? Hello, Luis. Hi and good night. Oh, are you leaving already? That's fine. Anyway, when you are comfortable with making excuses, literally nothing matters. Nothing else matters. Okay, that's driving me nuts. I'm going to take my glasses off. But nothing else matters. You're not going to get anything done. Oh, well, it's fine. Like, yes, I need to be up at 6 a.m. so I can be at work by 7. But I'm going to finish binge watching this episode of... Oh, hey, Keith, what's up? Or I'm going to keep watching this episode of The Handmaid's Tale, or whatever the case may be is. But then suddenly you've watched 3 episodes of The Handmaid's Tale. And then you forgot to take your CBD, you forgot to take your other supplements, you forgot to do all these things, and you're like, ugh, whatever. I'm so happy that you're here. Hi. Then, it just keeps piling up, and all of the excuses keep piling up. And then you're like, well, it's okay. You make justifications for why that's okay. Well, it's okay that I didn't work my business today. It's okay that I didn't do my laundry today. Or the laundry that's been washed, it's okay that I didn't fold it. So you slowly stop seeing the floor of your bedroom. Or whatever the case may be. But then this can also trigger you to become a little bit more depressed. And that just is no fun, because then you're like, well, nothing happened. The next day, like, I'm so tired. I stayed up too late. Oh, thank you. I super appreciate it. So then you stayed up too late, and you're like, well, I shouldn't have stayed up too late, but now I'm just really tired, and I'm going to have to, like, slug through the day. You remember to take your CBD. Okay, maybe I can get some more focus going. But you're really low on energy, and you're just kind of keeping to yourself. You're just kind of, and who wants to really work or talk with you when you have such low energy? It's hard to remain positive when you're putting out that vibe. And trust me, you can tell. Like, think about it. You intuitively can tell when someone has low energy, or when someone's upset, or when someone is angry, or when someone is depressed. And when you can tell those things, like, your intuition is telling you, something's going on with their energy, something is wrong, and then maybe whether you decide to or not, are you listening to reach out to them, to talk to them, let them know, hey, I'm here. Have you related to any of these things? Last year, I was at a point where I felt mentally paralyzed. I was making so many excuses, and I was fine with that. It didn't matter how many people told me, Melee, hello, I miss you, darling. It didn't matter who told me what, or if someone motivated me, or if somebody, like, tried to motivate me. I was just kind of like, okay, this is what I need to do. Okay, I'll try. And then I'd start going, and I would start doing the steps, start doing the things that I said I was going to do, but then I would make more justifications, and then fall into the same trap once again. Hello, Nicole! And I would keep falling into this trap, and to justify it, I would just binge watch TV, I wouldn't eat healthy, I'd be like, oh, well, maybe I'd eat because I was bored. I made excuses. I kept making excuses. And then suddenly I turned around, and I also look at my bank account, and I'm like, Well, where did all my money go? It's probably because I spent it on food I knew wasn't nutritious. Well, hello, Tiffany. How are you? And I knew that things were like, you know, your bank account isn't. Hi, Courtney. So, what? Sorry, I tripped up on my words. But I just thought it was crazy because I'm like, okay, my bank account sucks. I'm not eating healthy. I'm losing money. I'm not even working my business. I'm not even, and whatever the business may be for you, whether you're a network marketer or whether you own your own company or you work from home, all of those things. What it comes down to is you've stayed comfortable with making excuses. You've stayed comfortable in this cycle that is slowly pulling down your energy. Now, have you ever felt like that before? Please say, like, drop a 1 in the comments if you've ever felt like that before. Because I have been there one too many times. But what makes the difference about that versus looking at somebody else that you, like, admire, well, what are they doing? What is it that they're doing? Well, here's a tip if you're open to it. They're sacrificing things that don't take up space for them anymore. They're sacrificing things that don't matter because they know what they want. They're focused on their goal. Hello, Crystalline. They know exactly what they're going for. And they finally are like, hey, I'm here. But they've taken it to the next level, and maybe their cycles are a little different. They're not dealing with all these little things. And so when you see somebody on social media who is like rocking it out, you don't know if they're stuck in the same cycle and they're putting on a front. You would hope that they're not, but I'm totally guilty of doing that. When I used to distribute for my previous company that I was with, I totally did that. Made it seem like everything was hunky-dory, that I was making all this money every single day, and eventually that got to me, and I felt gross, and I was just like, I can't do this anymore. I can't keep making excuses because I continue to remain the same. And last year, I finally got to this point where staying the same hurt too much. Staying the same was getting me nowhere. Staying the same meant everybody else was leaving me behind, and I didn't want that to happen to me. And so I was like, I can't live like this anymore. And so I started learning how to break the cycle, how to get out of that. Yes, Keith, yes, hey, oh, I'm glad you understand how I feel, Melee. And I finally started climbing my way out of this cycle. Hey, Danny. And now, not everybody is perfect, and sometimes this old version of me will pop up now and again. But I'm starting to see it as a reminder of where I don't want to go back to, that I'm leaving that trapped mentality behind, to make excuses, to think, oh, I can't afford this, I can't do that, I can't go there, I can't sell my product. You put that out there, your words carry weight and energy. Yeah, of course, because that's what you're focused on. So when you start changing it and tweaking it just a little bit, and trust me, try one thing, just start with one thing, and the compound effect will follow. You start with one thing, all it takes is a step. And when you finally take that first step, then you figure out the next step. Hey, Talia, and you start to figure out the next step, and the next step, and the next step. Thank you so much, Melee. And the next step, and then suddenly you turn around and you're like, wow, I actually made some money this month, or I'm really happy right now, or that I feel great. I actually, I've been on time to my job for months now. And you look around and you're like, I stopped making excuses. And when you finally, if you can recognize that pattern, hello, Shelby, then you can start to recognize, well, do I need to make a sacrifice? Is there something that I should be sacrificing? and you'll figure out what you need to sacrifice. I absolutely know without a doubt what it is I need to sacrifice. And if you need some ideas or inspiration of things like that, like reach out to me. Let's talk about it. Maybe I can help you filter out some of those things and figure it out. And if you're more interested in working with me one-on-one, you can absolutely talk to me about that, because I have some tools that I have learned that I can teach you to help you understand how to break that cycle. And it doesn't go without saying, you have to do the work. You can't. Exactly. I want to be happy too. I want to be happy. I want to be free. I don't want to be trapped by my anxiety. And I found multiple things to help me with that, but focusing on one thing at a time is where you start. Whatever that focus may be, you start there and you take that first step. And you tell yourself to begin with, I don't do that anymore. I don't make those excuses anymore. I am not that person anymore. I am me. And you start to become this person that you want to be. Hello, John. Hi, Sylvia. And you start to just blossom into who maybe you've always been, and it's just been trapped underneath all of these false ideas and lies that you may have been telling yourself. So if anything from tonight, know that you can and are capable of changing. And if you don't believe it, message me. I will help you. We can figure it out, because you always have a choice, and not making a choice is still a choice. So I love you guys. Thank you so much. And if you got any value out of this, please share away with anyone you think might find this beneficial. Thank you so much. I hope you all have a wonderful night, and I will talk to you later.